everyone, and welcome back to our Let's Play of Hearts of Iron 4 as the United Kingdom, as Imperial Britain. So, let's continue from where we left off. I don't think I was planning anything major. The only thing I've done is set up a front line with my, my Africa Corps. I don't even know what this is. This is the North African Defense Force. And then I have my Army of East Africa ready to fight these Italians. Other than that, I don't think, let's see, what do I have in Singapore? Singapore Fortress, the Penang Fortress, which I think, isn't this Penang? This is Kuala Lumpur, capital of Malaysia, I think. Not entirely certain there. And then I have the Hong Kong VDF. I'm just trying to think here, see if I can somehow get a more sizable presence in the Africa or in Asia. So let's combine those two fleets. I won't be a deterrence to the Japanese Navy, but I'll have a fleet in the region. Hopefully that'll do the job. What did I get? I got paratroopers, I think. Let's see, support divisions. Let's get the logistics companies. I always find them very, very useful later on. The first Royal Tank Regiment. The reigning Conservative Party. Doing well. Who do I have? Vickers Armstrong is making my tanks. I'll probably do Atlantic Fleet Designer. Armor plus 15 naval research time -10. Kamal Liard. Supermarine. Vero. Walker. RSAF Enfield. Vauxhall. Let's say BP, British Petroleum. AIOC, I don't know who they are. Don't know much about British industry, in all honesty. So I have some Welsh divisions. I still have cavalry. And I think I have motorized, so what if I change the cavalry template to motorized? Oh, can I not change the template? Actually, let's find out. Let's go here. Edit the template for cavalry. Change it to one motorized. King Edward abdicates. Prime Minister Baldwin has made it clear, or made it quite clear that the dignity of the King Emperor will be impinged if there were impinged if there were to marry not just a commoner but also a divorcee, and that is not bad enough an American. After so much soul searching, His Majesty has chosen love over duty and has chosen to abdicate. His younger brother Albert will assume the mantle as King George the Sixth. London bookmakers are already taking odds whether this shy man will make it to his own coronation. God save King George the Sixth. Yes. But we're gonna change and put a motorized. So then we can go here and start building trucks. Oh, which reminds me, I need to turn this down just a wee bit. Turn it down just a little bit. There you go. Because I don't know actually how loud I am. There we go. So I can do a motorized army. but I need to make trucks. So instead of building tanks, we'll build one truck. How many trucks am I building? One a week? I mean, so 150 weeks. Roughly. I need this above the fighters. And then instead of light tanks, I should make heavy tanks, I think. Light tanks move faster though. Don't you love the old school? Don't you love the old school music? So let's just take the armies south of Scotland, basically. We'll put them in an army. New theater, this will be the European theater. I guess I'll put Bernard Montgomery in charge. I'll have them exercise to get these troops ready. And then Scottish divisions. You know what? The entire army in Britain will now be under the command of Bernard Montgomery. Some say that is not a good idea, but... So King George the Sixth, the first head of the Commonwealth and last Emperor of India, is still considered to be the inheritor of a great legacy. Like his father before him, he is a popular figurehead and a uniter, or unifier, of the British people. That's right, he is. He was first head of the Commonwealth. Last Emperor of India. How little that title means anymore. Head of the Commonwealth. So we have 140 political power. We're actually gaining political power daily. Huh. Germany. We'll fight them in the hills. Well, I wish luck to Republic in Spain. Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah. It's because I can do literally nothing to help them. North. Let's combine the North and South Atlantic fleets into one fleet. We need to start shipping troops to Egypt as well. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 4 divisions. Take these 5. I'll deploy them to Egypt. We need more men as well. But we need to get rid of the war to end all wars. And we can start. And where is that? Is that issue gas mask? No, the Military Training Act. And you can send volunteer forces as of 1938. So these guys all gather in Portsmouth, or Portsmouth, however you want to pronounce it. Because I'm an American, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. It's probably Portsmouth. If I had to take a wild guess. Then what we'll do is... actually, that's fine. Do I have home defense? Whatever it's called. Home defense. Okay, I did. Full tension. Why? What are they leaning fascist? Belgian is. Although we should be researching now that I think about it. Oh, we are. Okay, good. We should do engineering stuff. We do have radio detection, but we'll do decimetric radar as soon as we're able, and the computing machine. Because then eventually you get Enigma. We'll put him under, what's his name, when they get there. Good Alexandria. That'll leave us 15 divisions in all of the United Kingdom. Within Britain itself, actually. I wonder how big the Army of Ireland is. And if I could possibly take them out. Because this is manpower that I don't have and need, kind of. The Irish brigades. Maybe I'll have to think about it. Neutrality focus? Really? We're gonna go neutral? How dare you go neutral? Amsterdam. About Belgium. They're trying to equip their armies with some stuff. So what does Belolux intervention do? Belgium, one of the following must be true. Okay, so Belgium, and then it would be secure Belgium. If they have more food. Secure Belgium and secure the Netherlands. Continuation of politics. Danish intervention. Imagine taking Brussels and putting someone else on the throne. Like the Kingdom of... Maybe I'll do that. If they get 20%. I don't know that they ever will. I don't know if anyone's actually boosting them. I could stage a coup. Do it in Hessen, right in the middle of Germany. Or Munich. Bavaria. Alright, did those guys get to where they need to be? Yes, they did. So instead, we'll extend the line down to there. Whoa, it's not what I wanted to do. build some infrastructure in Egypt. Or build rather more infrastructure in Egypt. Some of these places are already good. I want them up to at least 4 or 5. Some basic roads so I can get troops where they need to be quickly across Egypt. France is even worse. The goal would be to push here. Sure. See what that would look like. Start to seize half of Libya here. Okay. Basic machine tools done. Perfect. Have dispersed industry, so that when the Germans start bombing us, they get a less likely of a bombing penalty. These guys are almost done. Do some tank brigades in Gloucestershire. Let's run, yeah, I'll run 2 things. Motorized army will be done now. Beautiful. I can do Royal Tank Regiment. That would be helpful. Commonwealth ties. Mediterranean Bastion. Fortify the East. Mediterranean Bastion. Fortify the Rock. Protect the Suez. Of course, Greece. Balkan strategy. Maybe I do that. Let's do Fortify the East first. There we go. Oh, Nationalist Spain has annexed Republican Spain. Damn the nationalists. The end of the Spanish Civil War. With the surrender of the last Republican strongholds, the Spanish Civil War has come to an end. The nationalists stand victorious, and a new era has begun for Spain. The war-torn country has suffered greatly in the fighting, and there is much rebuilding to be done. Change Monty's army to orange so I know what they look like and stop training throughout the country. Let's have them patrol. Now let's have these guys. There we go. Do I have any other destroyers I can send out? Let's say I have 3 here. And let's have these guys. Let's put them under, sure, this guy is fine. There we go. Actually, they really don't need to scout up here. How can I... I didn't. Fuck. No. There's one here and here. And I'll have to remember and change the things from patrol to convoy escorting. That way they actively help our convoys later on. Computing stuff. Oh, no. Let's not do that. That's our doctrines. We need our land doctrines, yes. Cape Town. And then Pretoria, I think is what it is the capital, South Africa. So yeah, other than like normal stuff, things are going well as a plan. I was just observing how large the Italian army is here, and how little of a chance my men would actually stand if they fought. But we should make some headway against them. If I took this force and moved them here, British Somaliland, and then put them here so that the French could help me. French India, Goa, Portuguese India. There's not too much to do other than, like, we know what's coming, so prepare, right? Put them under Monty's command. And then it's running one more thing of infantry and some tanks. I can do the motorized division now. Whoops. Just add one in the Midlands. Now whether, yeah, I have 0 manpower, so literally nothing's gonna get done now. The best thing to do would be rush this unit, rush that unit, and then cancel them completely. And only time will help there. These guys are done. These tank brigades, put them under Monty's command. Infantry brigade, put them under Monty's command. So now he's got 20 divisions. So it's just bigger? No, doesn't look like neither of them are getting bigger. So I'll leave Belgium and the Netherlands alone. So let's go with reinforcements and narrow down the reinforcements. Shadow scheme, Hindenburg incident. The disaster was narrowly avoided today when a diesel fuel tank was discovered on the German passenger ship Hindenburg as it came to dock in Lakehurst Naval Air Station in the United States. The leak was promptly repaired. Had it gone unnoticed, flammable vapor could have resulted in a fire that would have engulfed the entire airship. Critics have long questioned the wisdom of passenger airships, given their spotty safety records, and this incident is bound to make them even more vocal. A close call. So I can do general rearmament or air defense. General rearmament. Right, because what did I just do? Fortify East Asia. So I'll do hold Hong Kong, Singapore strategy. Peninsular War. Influence China. And then I'll try and do Commonwealth times. There's just so much for the British to do in that short time. Definitely want to do Shadow Scheme though, after general rearmament. Tizard mission, Cryptologic Bomb. Okay. So, signal companies, probably good. I'd say my tanks will be done in a day. The Matilda. Beautiful. The Valentine, or the Crusader, the Churchill. So I guess we don't do those. Let's do King George V class battleships, as we can. And when it comes to production, let us do the Matilda light tank now instead. Sorry about that. Alright, let's see here. So, we're stockpiling convoys, which is good. I have 777 of them. So, naval dockyards. Let us build us a Admiral class battle cruiser. And let's do it quickly. It'll be done in a year. Let's half that. It'll be done in 1.10 years. Instead, let's build some more destroyers. We're gonna run on 6 new destroyers. There we go. So we'll have 5 destroyers a year by the time we're done. That can be very useful. We have a little bit of manpower, although we don't have a lot. So let's pull back. We'll have to defend the port from the Italians. We'll have to hope. We're gonna swap our cavalry divisions here to motorized divisions. There we go. And then hopefully Nationalist Spain will not join the Axis. Because we hold the Rock. We need to control both of these technically. Especially for it to be effective, at least. So there's an interesting thing here, if we go all the way over here to Mediterranean Bastion, we can actually go and secure Iraq, and then Iran, and then embargo the USSR. So basically what that allows me to do is if Iraq is leaning fascist, which they are, they're 20% fascist, and if Iran is leaning fascist, you can actually invade Iraq and Iran to secure the southern front, and then invade the Soviet Union in the south here, in this region. You could even go so far as to invade Afghanistan, and then invade along the entire Soviet southern border, which would be pretty useful, in my opinion. So designate these guys Green Force, British Home Force. And I might, I don't know if I will, I might attempt to attack Ireland when, if we do go that route, if I can spare the men. I'm just trying to think of how I'm going to hold France. If these 20 divisions go into France, France will have most of their troops here. Ooh! Amelia Earhart circumnavigates the globe. The famous aviator, Amelia Earhart, known to many as the Queen of the Air, has completed a flight around the world together with her navigator Fred Noonan. After a brief scare when the pair temporarily got lost while approaching Howland Island in the Pacific, the flight proceeded without incident, and this morning their Lockheed Electra touched down in Oakland, California. A ceremony is to be held in the White House next week, where Earhart is personally congratulated for her feat by the president. Quite an achievement. I've actually seen a Lockheed Electra in person. That plane is super tiny. How they flew across the entire world, how they would have, quote-unquote, flown across the entire world in that tiny little airplane is beyond me. The Lockheed Electra is like a little bit bigger than a Cessna. Or like a Beechcraft. It's a little bit bigger, not much. What does it say? Both the nation's people and leaders are reluctant to send another generation to die in the trenches. So I can do air defense or shadow scheme. I think I'm gonna do shadow scheme. I'll do shadow scheme, and then I'll do a little bit of fortify Asia, and then I really want to delve heavily into the Mediterranean bastion. Commonwealth ties you can do later, during the war, because it'll really help then. So I can modify my governance more. The Marco Polo Bridge incident. Japanese and Chinese forces have skirmished inconclusively over the strategic Marco Polo Bridge, located just southwest of Beijing. China has rejected Japan's demands for an apology and territorial concessions, claiming that instead the breaking point of Japanese aggression has been reached. Diplomats feel that the volatile situation could result in war at any time. Interesting times indeed. Let's do infield. Research guns, because that's what I'll be doing soon. Once I'm able to. Which is soon, I'll be able to do improved infantry equipment. But I'm going to end this part here for now. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please don't hesitate to like, comment, subscribe. It means a lot to me. I appreciate it quite a bit. When we return, I suppose, 1938 and a year closer to war. So until then, stay tuned.